I'm Marvin Lewis.
And I'm Nigel Lewis.
And we both love CultureShare.
Nigel and Marvin. It seems that these days, when there's any soca show, you just can't get away from the fact that it'll be Nigel and Marvin.
Well, I can't get away from the fact that there's a Nigel and Marvin either.
Hey, we're just happy and proud to, spread the culture and, have everybody enjoy themselves, It's good.
No, you're not with Roy Cape anymore, so you are a brother team. What that does for the psyche of both of you all?
Well, it was always a brother team. Yeah. Whether we were in Roy Cape or not in Roy Cape, since we were small, we were always a brother team. What has happened now is that people are looking at us in a different perspective now that they think that we are on a solo head. But further from the truth of that is that we now have our own band, which is called Jagna, which means protector of the culture, and that also has John King from Barbados. We're using Barbados Bajan musicians in collaboration with the Trinidad musicians, and we formed Jagna, which is going to be launching out very soon. Well, we are out already, but we have not hit Trinidad as yet, which is going to happen very, very soon.
You feel great about it, Marvin?
Oh, I feel very, very positive. Because, mainly when you have Bajan bands, Trinidad bands, you may come out to somewhere like New York, or you may even go to England. And what you have, when the Bajan bands go out, you have mainly Bajans come to the show. When you're here, you go to, when the Trinidadian bands come out, you have mainly Trinidad bands coming to the show, right? We want to put this as twofold effort, and what we really want to show is that the music of the West Indies, maybe reggae, maybe cadence, maybe music from Haiti, whatever, right? We need a unified front for soca music. We need to show that it's not just from Trinidad and Tobago, not just from Barbados, not just from Antigua, but we need a coalition. We need an effort from everybody, because whoever makes it for the art form. It's not about individuality, right? And I live in Barbados. I'm based there now. I'm working with John King as of now. And we just had the meeting, and we said, well, we're going to push this twofold effort, because John King is a very talented musician in his own right. He's known places that we are not. We are known places that he is not. So, we're going with a two-pronged attack.
When Jagna is performing on stage, what can we expect from them?
Well, we do a lot of our own stuff. We do a lot of our own original stuff, which is something that me and Marvin were trying to get done all the time. And now that we are building a repertoire of music, we have John King performing his own material, then you have Nigel and Marvin performing their own material. And what we're doing is spreading the culture far and wide and pushing a positive head, whereas we are trying to educate the youths, because we tend to stay away from the drugs and all that. So a lot of people think that because we have the dreadlocks in our head that we deal in drugs, but it's further from the truth. What we try to show people is that everything is not what it seems. And this on our head is just to prove a point that we don't deal with drugs, we don't smoke, don't drink. John King, Nigel, Marvin, all the three of us has got dreads, and we're just showing the world that everything is not what it seems, So.
Marvin, the music is changing. Do you think it's changing for the better?
I think so. I mean, if you look at where reggae has gone, and I always tell people this, reggae started out just like calypso. I mean, calypso has been there before. If you play a reggae song from back in the days, like years before I was even born, you would find it's very different to what you hear today. What they have done is they have taken a lot of outside influences and have they have made different hybrids of reggae, and that is what is happening with soca right now. As of the past 2 or 3 years, if you listen to it carefully, you would hear that there's not much of the old swing in it. You have a new breed of calypsonians, well, not calypsonians, we prefer to be called entertainers, coming out, and we're experimenting, and it augurs well for the art form.
So Nigel, when you sit down and think about the projection of Jagna, and think of the heart of both of you all and what you all really want to do, you say that it's going to be a variety of performances on stage touching every sphere of music?
Yes, we intend to go at the four corners. We intend to take this thing far and wide, because I'm doing a song right now that is going to show that the music time is now. Our music is ready, and it's about time that we get that it's time for us to move one step further. We have been stagnant and dormant in one area for a little while now. Since the change of the word calypso to soca and stuff, we've been moving slowly but surely. But now I think now is the time, because you can see the efforts of Marshall Montano. You can see the efforts of myself and my brother John King. They're upcoming entertainers that are making the change also, and the Bajan Calypsonians, or entertainers as we prefer to call them, have made a big change in the art form, and it's about time that we open our eyes and see what is going on. And everything is not cooking kunkitong, cooking kunkitong. It's about time to make that change, and that's what we are doing. So when you hear the new breed of music, when you listen to the music of now and the music of yesterday, you will hear a total difference. Total difference.
And even there may be some instances where you would take the music of yesterday and incorporate it, like
that's what we did, eh?
Right, and that's what Marshall did with Wine Boy, because Wine Boy was a song from the, so that's what we need. We need that, we need it. I mean, hi, Rapso. I love Rapso, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to be releasing a song for 1997 Crop Over in Barbados. That is a fusion of rock and soca. I don't think it's ever been put out there yet.
You calling that Roxo?
No. That's a good name. That's a good name. I mean, it's a good name. You heard it first. But it'd be very interesting. I mean, when you hear it, you would know what I'm talking about. I mean, like when we did it in the studio, I'm doing it with a guy called John Ruitt. He's keyboardist for Spice, and he also played for Maxi Priest for a couple of years. And when we did this in the studio, it was like, whoa, I mean, it really sounds, it's nothing that I mean, it sounds like soca, but yet it sounds like rock.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I have to say on that for now.
Yeah. We've been experimenting on a lot of different styles of music. We've been taking, where we're from originally, from Tobago, and what me and Marvin does is that we take our music back to the folklore. So when you listen to like Follow the Leader and like Moving and stuff like that, it's folklore actually injected into the soca art form. That's why people found that our music is quite different. We tend to look for different rhythms, because when you go to Tobago, you will hear a lot of different stuff, a lot of African rhythms. From each part of Tobago you go, everybody has their own little style, and that's what we do. We take our home thing from back in Tobago and mix it with the soca and create our own style, so.
When you all are fighting, who usually wins?
Well, I would say fight. I mean,
we don't.
Come on now.
No, we don't fight.
Come on.
You see, we used to fight.
Yeah, we used to fight.
In the early stages
fight like
of
physically, right?
Yeah, but in the early stages.
I think we have evolved
around that. We've gotten past
we have
that.
grown.
Yeah.
In the music, I think music has taught us a lot. And I think I was the one I never really understood where he was. You see, Nigel, he's the type of person that is like, 5 years, 6 years down the road, I want to be here and I want to do this. And you could tell him A, B, C, or D. He's like, I go with my Z.
So he's stubborn then?
Right. Well, stubborn to a point, but something, when I really sat back and I really looked at it, and I was saying, he's right, because we really need a change. And I mean, you might have people that might disagree with us and some of the stuff that we would be doing, but you need the change.
Yeah.
We need it. We need it in this art form. I mean, guys like Marshall Montano, NIGEL MARVIN, the younger crop of guys, whoever's coming up there, we need to make this change, right? A lot of stuff has to be changed for this thing to survive and for it to be successful.
Yeah, because a lot of people have been trying to tell us, they're trying to protect us, and it's not so how it does go, and this is not how it should be done. But if we don't start by making a change now, it will never be done. So I said, well, look, it doesn't bother me that what people may say about us or anything like that. We have to make the change, and it has to start somewhere.
I always say that it's better to try and fail than fail to try. And it's the only way that I see. And I mean, if you listen to the music, I mean, it's happening already. It's happening already. You just have to be professional in your approach, professional in your job, professional in anything that you do, and you will be successful.
A lot of people don't know the hardship I went through for moving. Because I was told that song wasn't good and the song wouldn't go anywhere and I shouldn't record the song. And I said, I am going to record the song. I wrote the song, I am feeling good about the song, and I'm going to do the song. And I went to Toronto. I didn't even know how I was getting back to Trinidad, mind you. And I had a couple of friends who kind of like put their jobs on the line to make sure that I got back home in time to get that song out. And as the fate would have it, as the good Lord above That man smiled on me, and moving. I didn't even try to win the road match, and it happened. And we won the road match, and as you can see, the rest is history. We've been moving on up since.
In life, sometimes you got to take the bull by the horn.
Yeah.
Take chances.
Gentlemen, thanks a million.
Hey,
Been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure being here, man.
All right, man.